In the gloomy medieval city of L'Aquila, where the high walls of the prison seem insurmountable, the young thief Philippe Gaston, known in the underworld as Mouse, prepares for an incredible escape. His small stature and extraordinary agility become his advantage as he squeezes through a narrow gutter that the prison guards thought impassable even for a child. The guards are bewildered to find the cell empty, and the bishop who governs the city is furious at this daring prank. Fleeing from pursuit through the narrow streets of the city, Philippe demonstrates an amazing ability to elude his pursuers, leaping from rooftop to rooftop, slipping through back alleys and disappearing into the crowd. Just when it seems he is about to be captured, a mysterious rider in black armor, Captain Etienne Navarre, appears. His imposing figure on a raven horse and the glint of his sword in the sunlight make the guards retreat. Navarre offers Philip his protection in exchange for help in traveling back to L'Aquila. As they travel together, Philip begins to notice oddities. During the day, a beautiful hawk with a bell on its paw invariably hovers near Navarre. The night treats the bird with extraordinary tenderness and care. When night falls, the hawk disappears and the beautiful girl Isabeau appears in its place. At the same time, Navarre himself disappears somewhere, and his place is taken by a big black wolf. Gradually, Philippe learns the tragic story of his companions. 2 years ago, Navarre served as captain of the city guard of L'Aquila. Isabeau was the most beautiful girl in the city. Her beauty and kindness won the heart of the young captain. But she was also in love with the bishop, a man who had forgotten his spiritual calling for the sake of earthly passions. When Isabeau rejected his advances and secretly married Navarre, the bishop, mad with jealousy and thirst for revenge, turned to the dark forces. He put a terrible curse on the lovers. During the day, Isabeau turns into a hawk, and at night Navarre becomes a wolf. They are doomed to be always near each other, but they can never meet in human form. Only at dawn and dusk can they catch a glimpse of each other at the moment of transformation, but they cannot even touch each other. This agonizing closeness and eternal separation has become their daily torture. The only hope to break the curse is connected with a rare natural phenomenon of solar eclipse, when day meets night. Only at that moment, when presented before the bishop, can they break the spell. Navarre has long sought a way of escape, and now, as the day of the eclipse approaches, he is willing to risk everything to return to L'Aquila and meet the bishop. Philippe becomes an indispensable assistant to the lovers. By day he helps Navarre, acting as a guide and scout, and at night he keeps Isabeau company, brightening her loneliness with conversation and jokes. His natural wit and knowledge of the thief's trade repeatedly save travelers from danger. He learns to care for a hawk, protect a wolf, and keep the secret of his unusual companions. Along the way they meet many challenges. In one of the villages, the peasants, having seen a wolf, organize a hunt. Philip has to show all his ingenuity to save Navarre. Another time they are ambushed by bandits, and only masterful mastery of the sword allows Navarre to protect his companions. Particularly dangerous are the moments of transformation. If their enemies catch them at that moment, they will be completely defenseless. En route, they find refuge with a hermit monk, Isabeau's former confessor. He tells them more details about the curse and helps them prepare for the decisive confrontation. The monk warns that if they fail to break the curse in time for the eclipse, they will remain in their position forever, without any hope of rescue. As they approach L'Aquila, tensions rise. The bishop, learning of Navarre's return, orders the guards to be doubled and all entrances to the city to be blocked. But Philip, using his knowledge of the city's dungeons, finds a secret way into the city. They carefully plan every move. They need to get into the cathedral just in time for the eclipse. The final battle unfolds in the majestic cathedral of L'Aquila. Philip sneaks inside first and opens the massive doors, letting in the sunlight. Navarre bursts into the cathedral on horseback, sweeping away the guards in his path. Isabeau, in the guise of a hawk, soars beneath the arches of the cathedral. As the eclipse begins, a miracle occurs. For the first time in 2 years, Navarre and Isabeau meet in human form. The bishop, seeing that his charms are breaking, tries to stop the lovers. He grabs a crossbow and aims it at Isabeau, but at that moment a ray of sunlight through a stained glass window turns into lightning, which strikes the bishop. His death finally breaks the curse, and Navarre and Isabeau are finally able to embrace each other. In the epilogue of the story, we see the transformation of the characters. Navarre returns to his post as captain of the guard, but now he is a wiser and more merciful ruler. Isabeau, having survived the ordeal, becomes even more beautiful. Her love for Navarre has only grown stronger during their separation. Philip transforms from a petty thief into a respected man, a friend of the captain of the guard and his wife. He realizes that the real treasures are not gold and jewels, but loyalty, friendship and love. The story shows how love and loyalty can overcome the darkest enchantments, how friendship is born in the most unexpected circumstances, and how even the most insignificant person can become a hero if he listens to the voice of his heart. This is a tale of how good always triumphs over evil, and how true love can overcome any obstacle, even the very nature of day and night.